No, no, no. All right, I think we'll allow it.
Is the hat okay?
Do I have? I can probably. I think that's a little better. That looks a lot better. Hi.
You can talk. Just watch out what you say. You're on the internet. Understood. I'm gonna let you take the lead.
Oh, I'm not talking.
You how
No,
you talk?
we're just disassembling. We're having fun here.
Okay. Do you want to just say which wrenches you want, and I'll hand them to you, kind of thing?
No, we can do it. Just work your way up.
Do you want to start?
We'll start
bottom up?
gas tank, seats, back plastics. We'll take all the plastics off.
Okay.
I want to say we'll take the motor out first, the rear wheel.
Do you want me to label anything like grounding straps? Do you want anything labeled?
We label as much as we can.
Okay. So
I do not know these as well as.
I know nothing of
For later on, I'll probably have 2 radiators made anyway for this.
Okay.
So I'm not too worried about this radiator. I want to take a look inside, how gunked up it is.
Yeah,
Otherwise,
you definitely want to clean that out somehow, or chemical soak.
I thought initially about finding plastics for this and doing like a full restoration, which sounds silly for a plastic bike from the late 90s.
No, this is pretty cool. This is where although these pieces, it's a shame they're broken.
And they're very hard to find. So I think I'd rather go down the fun and custom route.
Okay. So you want to make it like a naked super motard?
No, still use plastics, but scrambler, maybe a little sheet metal. I don't know.
These pieces are gorgeous.
Yeah,
this is gorgeous.
This is gorgeous. It's just a
Just that one. How
Yeah,
would
you
that
can use YZ85 dirt bike
really
backs and make them fit kind of. I'll figure that one out. But my first focus is the motor.
Okay.
Let's take as many off as we can. Let me get.
What before you start labeling method do you use? Do you have white tape? My van's not here. I have plenty of white electrical tape, which works great. Do you have a labeling method and Sharpie or?
Yeah, blue painter's tape and a Sharpie.
Okay.
I'll get the Ziploc bags. You know what all the tools are. Just watch out that you don't walk too much in front of this camera.
Got it. So
you
the
if
field
you
of
need
view,
something from here, you grab it
I'll
this
grab
way.
from the side. Like
Otherwise,
this.
from that side.
Like that. Okay.
Like, I mean, you can do this. I'm fine if we do this.
Just a pass through.
Just don't stand here, you know.
Got it. Don't block. Don't go black screen. Or don't show the scooter thing T-shirt for. Let me ask you this: how does it look? How does the shirt look
I don't know.
from here?
I can't tell you. We're live right now.
Drawers open, okay.
That's fine. We'll see. Yep. Drawers are fine. Good. Turn this on. Sound off. You can't listen to music because YouTube will slap me with copyright.
Yeah.
It's my Sunday fun day. I haven't had these live streams since I opened here. I would say let's start with, there's no chain, which is good. Let's take the rear wheel out. Oh no, let's take the plastics out. I'll focus on the rear wheel.
Okay.
Just focus on the plastics here.
You have a magnetic LED light.
No. I have a flashlight.
Okay. Perfect.
There you go.
Rechargeable here. Is rechargeable?
No, you push them. Yeah. It's this piece is separate. So these plastics should come off without the tank. These should hold in this seat. Good job. These two should hold in the seat, and then the seat kind of slides off. It's about the same for most bikes. My Sherpa back then did that too. We ended up putting YZ plastics on my Sherpa. Nice. You know the brand? They make trial bikes and a couple of nice enduros. Sherco, yeah. They made this 50 with a Minerali motor in it in the early 2000s.
Spell it. Sherco.
SHERCO. I think they're still one of the companies that runs two-stroke trial bikes. Honda has moved to four-stroke.
Where's Sherco from?
Spain.
Spain.
Although you can watch YouTube videos where they make the motors in China. Or at least they say, like, this is how to make us illness, but everyone's Southeast Asian factory, so somewhere might be Taiwan.
10 millimeter.
I know.
I love how organized these tool trays are. Right to it. Socket. Fresh.
It's right there. I see I'm in front of
No worries. So you visualize this as a flat track bike?
I don't know, it'd be fun. Really, the plastics and is the last thing to worry about. There will be a lot of dust here.
Bring it on. I saw that string tied. It was here. It was tied around this. Yeah, so I removed it. Interesting. They might have used it to tie the harness, the wiring harness back. That's what it looked like. But it had broken. Dry rotted.
I don't think that's an OEM string right there.
No, it's a Spanish string. Have you been to Spain?
Barcelona.
What's Barcelona
Off the tour, I'm not a touristy guy, right? I don't like to go to tourist places. So I guess anything off the touristy grid was a lot of fun.
Did you meet a lot of
The
local
restaurants
people?
are amazing. The food there is phenomenal.
Can imagine. What's the food like in Barcelona? Did you go like the
If
street
you go like
restaurants, street
off the
vendors?
stress, cheap. I think I ate for $100 at a Michelin star restaurant.
A Michelin rated restaurant for $100.
Yeah. Or something they got the Michelin star 2 weeks after we went there.
Well, that Michelin rating is very difficult to get, no?
Yeah. They introduced that stuff for scooter shops.
So when they talk about food, it's almost taco time.
Oh yeah.
Pizza sounds good. What's the good pizza place around here?
Paisanos.
Paisano.
Yeah. Phenomenal. If you just like New York style cheese pizza, it's
Okay.
good. Pizza is delicious.
Always eat New York style.
Yeah, that's cake. Pizza cake. So we went with my parents and Kara's parents to Chicago style pizza because they met in Chicago. My parents were flying out, and theirs were flying in. So we had a couple of days overlap there at the hotel. And we got pizza cake, and it's just like everyone, be it Asian culture, European culture, or us living in America, looked at that thing and be like, that's not pizza.
it's a calzone. It's a round calzone.
It's a cake, that's what it is.
Ooh.
Ha!
See.
It's the brake surface of the brake pad.
Is it shim?
No.
What is that?
What do you call it? The abrasive?
Oh, the pad.
Yeah, the pad.
Shoot, the shoot.
They're rusted off. Yeah, there's another one. They're both rusted off the pads. You can just take it and split it. It's good for trying. Oh, I didn't get zip lock back.
Just we got 3 terminals. I've labeled A, B, C. C
Oh,
on.
I've got to do the full wire harness.
You gotta redo the wire harness?
Yeah.
Okay,
I'm not
understood.
keeping.
No worries on that.
Looking at the rest of this flying, I'm not keeping that harness.
Got it. Well, then that makes that easy. Millimeter. Do you have 1/4 inch? Where are your 1/4 inch ratchet extensions for a socket?
There,
Okay.
on the left hand side
The
of the
left.
shed.
Okay.
No one cares.
So some of these plastics here are broken. Have you ever used one of those? Literally, they use them for car bumpers, plastic welders. You can
I will.
literally.
That'd be nice if I could fix that. Use fiberglass as well.
I'll try.
Or carbon fiber.
Where can you get that?
You make a fiberglass mold and then laminate carbon fiber with a vacuum pump inside. No, let's keep it. Keep it simple. Just tell the world what we're doing. Just need.
Yes. So, question for you: shall I remove the rubber bushings from the plastic frame here, or leave those grommets in place for holding these body kits and together? So these ears are broken off
Yeah.
of the tail piece. Shall I leave these grommets in here?
No.
And pull all of it out here. So I'm going to put this as rear cowl.
Yep.
Above wheel rear cowl. Got it. This is like the drive out. once you have a downward impact on it, it doesn't stand a chance. With the shim system, it's puts all the stress on the plastic molded ears. I think if somebody were to fall off the rear of the seat and land on it, that's it, one time.
Probably.
You ever slipped off the rear on a fast bike?
Nope.
You ever come off the back?
I fell off the front doing a stoppie on my 50 like this, exactly.
The brakes were that good.
Oh yeah, I used to be very good at it until I eat shit. And not just the stoppie, but the rolling one. Up and then keep it rolling. In front, of course, in front of the entire high school.
Of course. What would the Luxembourgians say in Luxembourgian when one falls over the front of the handlebars? What would you say? The Scheisse?
Pash Domgang.
What does that mean?
Pash means unlucky. Domgang, it went bad. I don't know. Tough luck.
Tough luck.
Yeah. Tough luck, I think, is the perfect translation for the entire thing.
I just know Scheisse. Is that kind of universal?
Scheisse? Yeah,
Scheisse.
well, shit is universal.
This whole rear cowl is a bit of a mess because it's broken in 5 places.
That's okay.
Yeah, like that was the mounting
Don't try to
system.
preserve anything.
Okay.
I'm not going to keep this anyway.
Really? You're going to take that completely off?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm thinking of just fitting a white here or something.
Ah. Exposed.
I don't want to break this more than I have to, but I also don't want to keep anything that doesn't make sense.
So here, this front fender then, where it's completely detached, at the suspension, broken.
Yeah, that one's in a box somewhere. Did they try to find the plastic factory with it?
Okay.
This broke. Trash.
This brake blade can be salvageable.
I mean, yeah.
Yeah. Are you going to know?
Like, I can't get the glass.
Make a cool one. Just make the glass.
LED.
LED. Use it other way. Done.
It's the way of the best, but you don't always have to keep everything. Come on. Oh, this axle is so rusted.
Is that the rear wheel axle?
Yeah. It's a little flimsy, is it?
That's getting replaced. So we have a 9mm on the left and a 10mm on the right for this headlight bracket.
You got the electrical first.
I'll take that off.
This battery
Just to distract you.
sees some other days. So wait, you took this off. How was the seat then put in? Oh, here.
This isn't even worth preserving as far as these screws. One is a 10mm, another
Yeah.
9. It's goes there.
Yeah.
You're going to put new hardware on there.
I'm putting a new front.
Okay.
Anyway. You know, stuff like this I do. Oops.
Light on that subject there.
Sure you don't want to use the impact?
Possibly.
What's in that dirt?
Just make sure there isn't any. Not too bad.
I could always
Not bad at all.
machine machine just open and put a big axle in.
What?
That's a very flimsy axle.
They're not over engineering 50cc
No.
bikes. It's also
Seen some better days.
I've seen better days. Actually, it's not crooked. It's not bent.
Dirty.
Just dirty. That might be repurposed. Leave it. Passenger pegs off for good.
I'm gonna grind these off, yeah.
Okay. I can pull that.
The entire subframe will come off once we get the seat on. There's one more bolt in here. See that? Oh, you get to see it. Yeah, there's one more bolt for that guy. We'll put all the random hardware.
You want that separated clean?
No, I just like this kind of stuff. You know how obsessed I am with clean hardware. I'll
Indeed.
eventually replace all of this anyway. This guy. Oh, there's still that one. What is that? 10?
That is, let me see it. 10. Had that on a standard socket. At least this one wasn't tapped.
My bike never had a battery.
So yours didn't have electric start.
No, kickstart. Kickstart all the way.
This one's got both.
I would do the same that I do on this with like the DC system with a small battery, but not an electric start. Especially if you up decompression, you're gonna have trouble. Well, that's not true. You could reach the extent of the battery by adding as much CCA as possible with the lithium-ion battery. This is about the size of the battery that my KTM has. And that thing is unkickable. I don't think it's fluid.
There it is.
Is it?
Yeah.
I don't think it would have legally been able to ship with fluid.
What's this?
Oh.
It's a little fluid.
Where did it ship from? Belgium.
Yeah, there's, look at this here. In the coolant. See that? See that line there?
No, that's not coolant. This is supposed to be the old
Oh.
Evo premix. This is a great, like, look at
You're familiar with this bike? A little bit? Somewhat?
this was the first motorcycle I ever
Oh,
rode.
you've had this. Okay.
I didn't have it. Someone let me ride it.
Okay.
That's what started the fever for, I mean, my parents were always motorcycle bikes. But this is the first one that let me comfortably sit on that I remember. I was like, I gotta get one of these. And then I didn't get a Gilera, I got the Sherco. But I saw this up for sale and I gotta get it. If I was gonna be cheap, I would put a YZ motor or like an 85cc dirt bike engine in here.
No.
I wanna look at
This
how
back.
awesome this intake is. How short it is.
That is short.
Just make it up, smart carb right here.
Mm-hmm. You think that could be modified sideways, lateral?
You mean
Smart carb here. How would you mount?
up at an angle? Would definitely make it work. If I have to, I'd send cases to the guys.
Just how do you adapt that? How do you adapt the smart car to work?
The intake kind of does this, but we can go, like the smart car can do crazy angles.
Really?
If it needs to, yeah. The float bowls are pretty big, especially for a small motor like that. They all use the same, I think they use the same outer like shell and float bowl of the 28. So, I mean, heck, even the 24, Polini makes this amazing small 24. Like there's no trouble.
Sure, yeah, that's
right? Like there's no trouble whatsoever.
clearance all day long. That's just that smart car, that 36, especially on the Sprint.
Yeah, no. It wouldn't be that size.
What size would you put on that?
25 tops. The engineers over there were telling me they're working on a 20 mil version.
Mm-hmm.
So I would take that. Absolutely.
Impressive looking car. I mean, it's a good looking car.
I honestly don't really want to mess with this wiring. Just want to rip it all out.
Do you have that 10mm ratchet handy?
Do you need the ratchet or just?
Yeah, I was going to do the hand ratchet up high. Just can't get the back. Tie against the hand.
The small ones over there.
Got it.
Good job, buddy. Someone tightened the battery down before they attached it. This was caught in there.
Of course.
Do you think there's any voltage left in here?
3 volts. 3.1.
3.1?
3.1. Give it a meter.
Yeah, I have it over there. I want to find it. Let's see.
The Belgians always have a little bit of volts left over. Even when the Belgian die,
Watch it.
they never really die.
Oh my God, it's 12 volts. 1.5.
Oh, it's only half of what I. Okay.
do like the original airbox. I can preserve this. I prefer that look over a. Damn, this is sturdy.
James, a group of them rode up to Killer Creek Harley today, and whoa!
Hey, the swing arm came off.
There you go.
The subframe came off.
Here, let me grab that. So, yeah, disconnect that bridge connector.
Alright,
Very good. I know it's a free.
Anyway, you can take a plastic piece off of the back.
What is that? Oh, yes. That
Pens.
was concealed up behind that body section.
I
James.
do like, sorry, before I interrupt you, I do like this air box. I'll probably preserve it. Like you want on a two-stroke as much air volume as possible.
The
And
filter in there?
it's not too far away from you. No, I probably run no filter or grandma's nylons. You know,
Do they keep a filter? Is there a filter in there now? I'd open up with Phillips, see if there's one in there. My buddy goes to Minnesota the past week, and he was running a four-wheeler. Deer ran out in front of him. And he broke at least 2 ribs, going about 40.
this shock looks sturdy. This looks sturdier than any Vespa shock. Look at
Yeah,
that.
you see the coating is coming off there. See that?
Yeah, no, I'm just talking about the beefiness.
Oh, for a 50, definitely. Look at that.
These are pretty short on the Gilera, which is nice. Like you can find most aftermarket sports bike shocks. You can fit right in there.
What brand comes to mind right off the bat for the
R6. I would go looking for an like a Yamaha R6 shock at one of the scrap yards or something. Mine back then had a very long shock, which was a pain in the ass to find a new one. We ended up having one made. Do you know where all these parts clean up very well?
Say again?
Do you know where all these parts clean up?
Where?
My dishwasher. Down there.
I thought you were married.
No. My dishwasher.
Oh, okay.
The one I bought for $20.
Oh, you have one here at the shop, yeah.
Yeah, so I mean, oof. Let it snow.
I remember.
Look at it. Look at it.
Yeah, there's no foam left.
It's just hard. That's fine. You can put any foam. You can buy just mat and put it in there.
I remember going to a scooter rally once, and we stayed in a hotel. This was 1995. We stayed in a hotel off of I-26, somewhere North Carolina, South Carolina. And I was so nervous about the neighborhood that it was a P200. I brought it into the hotel room, and we about died from the gas fumes. That lasted about 20 minutes. I said, get that thing out of here. But I like the point that you made, that it was your dishwasher, not.
I mean,
not.
I would never clean anything for human consumption in there.
But it hasn't been proven that two-stroke oil is bad for the human body. Is it?
Castor oil is what they used to feed the kids.
That's right.
I think that was.
And people were a lot tougher then.
I just keep it as
Do you want to preserve this?
no. I just want to
So just go ahead and disconnect all of this?
Yeah.
Okay. Your thoughts?
I mean, this is simple. There's no turn signals later on.
So as far as this here, this regulator, did you want to preserve any of this harness?
I wouldn't mind preserving the regulator.
So keep the harness intact. Yeah.
Yeah, sure. The wires don't look that bad. I'm just scarred by Vespa wiring from the 80s. See this piece? It's only zip tied in. This is a splitter for your throttle. You do both movements for oil pump, because this has a separate oil pump on it. And the oil pump, the oil pump goes in here. And this was probably the feed for your oil tank, which you pulled off there.
Yes.
Correct?
Okay, so yeah, that was directly in line.
Yeah.
It was not connected. It actually had a bolt in it. See this here? So it was bolt ended. See that?
And they used,
Is that for shipping?
I guess, they used moped carbs, which looked about, or they were tiny.
You said a 26 millimeter smart carb?
That's what I would use. 25. That's what I would use
25.
on here. Eventually.
You got that completely empty.
Already.
Take that
CDI can
oil.
come off. Yep. Don't be in front of the camera.
Have you ever had boba tea?
Boba tea?
Boba tea.
Bubble tea?
Bubble, yeah. She's calling it boba. My daughter sent a text saying, Dad, I'm craving boba tea. She's going to take me for her treat. Bubble tea.
Yeah.
You've had that?
I didn't like it.
You don't like it?
No.
Weird, isn't it? The
Balls.
little balls in the tea. So did you have the hot or the cold?
Cold.
It is strange.
I think the only one I do like is just simple green tea, but what's the difference between green tea boba tea or just green tea iced tea?
The kids seem to like it.
Yeah.
They think it's cool. We go to a place and there's always young folks in there. God, when I start saying the words young folks.
The young'uns. You got that 10
I do.
socket?
It's on a socket. I've got that's a 13 mil.
Oh, it's up here. It's up here.
Boston wrench here. Combo. There it is.
Oh shit. Green. I think it was about the time I can tell the story. We used to race with this guy Fred. He was 2 years younger than me. Great rider. Probably your height. And he
Short
bought,
guy, 6
he
foot
bought
tall.
he bought an official Molosi TZR 50 from the Belgian race team. The TZR is like a sports bike, kinda. Motor build, everything ready to go. And he gets to the shop, but we're at the border of Luxembourg in front of our ride at home. Monday, he gives a call like, oh yeah, I spent the weekend in jail. He tried to escape the cops for like an hour between like small roads and everything.
So he had it for an hour.
Yeah, he paid probably double the price with the impound cost and
Did he run out of
getting
gas?
out of jail. No, he got arrested.
Oh, but he ran out of gas. How did he get caught? Did he
I
run out of
don't
gas?
know. I don't know. That's a good question.
An hour, he's.
I think he ran himself into a court.
My favorite dirt bike cop chase getaway scene is the very first Rambo, where Stallone's being chased by that Holy sheriff.
I've seen the first round, but I watched it.
It looks so cold. I mean, you know, he was specially trained and all, but that was cold. That was cold weather. Jump the fence and everything.
Oh yeah, not at entire movies. Something like that.
Just something else. Here's that. Looks like an 8mm. Of course, we're going to keep this oil tank.
Right here. I don't think I'm going to keep this right here.
Ooh, you want to soak it? Aluminum or plastic? Aluminum.
It's all on my own.
That's a hard call there.
I know. Let's see.
10 mil.
Gotta make a call.
That.
Because I'm not gonna use the oil pump anymore.
Okay, so this is a moot point.
Yeah.
Okay. That could go like that. So you can preserve this unit, right? Yeah. I'm curious to see how they're yoked together, 1 to 2. How do we do that?
There's
like a pressure grip.
There's a aluminum piece in there with 2 slots on the sides and 1 in the center. So when you pull the center up, you pull both sides.
Ah, so there's a little factory in. See that?
Yeah.
Very cool.
I honestly have no idea how we got it up there now. Oil tank's your responsibility over there. Keep your shot in as long as you can. Oh look, the spike is the same.
That's saying it's exactly like the.
The same that you have.
That may be. Do you think it's the same size as the on the 66?
Yeah, probably.
Kind of like a universal. Back in there.
Do you guys snippets too? Take the no.
Yeah, I've been using this.
Zip tight.
If you're careful with it. Utility knife. Interestingly, this is not very yellowed. Here's this Gilera. Mid-90s?
No, late 90s.
Okay, this tank is not yellowed or brittled at all. Actually, good shape. Grounding strap regulator. Take this whole thing off.
Carrot says hi. She's
Hi.
watching.
Hi, Carrot.
Already looks racy. I do like these rubber pieces. I want to label them.
Okay, so this regulator, do you think would be reused, or
I want to test it. I don't know if I can test it somehow.
you'd need the factory resistance on that, right?
Could use a trail. I might use an inner rotor on this. Inner rotor, a different ignition anyway.
Okay.
There's these universal trail tag dirt bikes for conversions. It's not exhaust.
Well, tell me your vision. Help me understand.
I don't want to settle myself on the looks just yet.
Considering the amount of broken plastic panels.
I want a 50. This is Atlanta. I can ride it on the street. I want to scream in 50. 50, not 70, 50.
You're going to go with the same piston?
Cylinder, yeah.
Cylinder.
I'll have the inside. The inside still looks good, but I'll have it recoated, maybe for an oversized piston or something. So that won't make it a 50, but like a 50.5.
Have you change the stroke at all?
No.
Same. Okay.
I don't know what this looks inside. That's a big question, right? That's a big question mark.
Okay.
These parts are difficult to source. I might have to rebuild the crank myself. Water cooled, no oil pump, smart carb, 6 speed, streetable, not off-road, streetable. So,
Adjustable monoshock.
street tires, monoshock, supermoto brakes, because I'm just me. These are 17-inch wheels, you might as well have motorcycle brakes on there.
Yes.
I might not shell out $300 for my garage system or anything like that, but a scrapyard chip and a sports bike master cylinder will do the job. 16 mil is what I prefer on here.
Okay.
Lights, everything out. I just probably get polysport, like the plastics, any universal off-road plastics.
What we're using the front calabash. I kind of like this. What do you think about this?
If I do, yeah, put it on there. The problem is making it. So here's a KTM front fender, right?
Yeah. I do like that.
If the problem is made it together. If I do keep this, I have to cut at least this lip off somehow.
Not a bad look there.
No, I do like it. You could put in. It's got lots of real estate for a number.
Indeed. Let's get that broken lower fender off of there.
So back in the day, the French scene, they used a lot of dirt bike replicas. So people would make YZ factory bikes out of this, with stickers and everything.
Get a, I believe oh, no, that's 10 mil. Will this frame fit the cruiser unit?
Probably.
You ever done that before?
Probably.
What about those Gilera stickers though? Do you want to maintain that?
I want to keep them.
Those are cool.
Very
Shall we raise it?
But I don't think there's much grease on there. Right?
So
I don't think
leave the trailing arm off and then the
Well,
frame.
no, we'll take the swing arm off.
Okay.
Take a look at the bushings.
I like
This is welded on?
those stickers are awesome.
Wait, no, is this
No,
welded?
that is welded. You see right there?
Why are these there though?
Those had nothing attached.
Yeah, this is.
Oh, you're correct. That comes off.
Yep.
Look, okay.
Which
the
is
tab
nice.
is welded to the.
That's nice because when I can just get any aftermarket radiators from a dirt bike and make my own bracket.
Shut down.
Shut down, please. What do you do? Drop it in the excess oil or oil and water mix.
It
whatever
was the oil that you was able to smuggle out of Luxembourg or Belgium.
I didn't. Someone else imported this. Then I bought it.
Oh, okay. So if any Luxembourgian or Belgian officials are listening, what's your address?
With the words of Shaggy, it wasn't me.
Wasn't me. What's your address again?
That's good a shot on Google Maps. No secret there.
Oh yeah.
See, this is upsetting. Like, even here, they just put a bolt through with a nut behind it. That's just frustrating. Like, I would, if I'm redoing this, I would weld the nuts back there. Instead of having this.
Right. How many units do you think they made of this 50? You know, when this was new?
10,000?
10,000 units.
If not more, that's a good question. You got the 10 over there, right? No, just the box.
So I do need to put this broken cover off.
Gilera has a great 50cc heritage. They were leaders in the GP, the 50 GP and the 80 cc GP for a while. They built some great factory motors. Even this Marini motor from the layout is better than the Minerali that I had. The intake is way shorter. I can even make this work for a V-Force intake with 8 metals, like you do.
I'm looking forward to hearing that. With the
Reeds
exhaust,
are loud.
reeds are loud. The exhaust combination, expansion chamber, the whole bit. I'm looking forward to hearing that. How loud?
We might be considering putting foam inside the cab.
Is it loud?
It's just
Loud doesn't bother me.
yeah.
That's the same as that. The same that loud.
Let's just say when I ordered the exhaust, he's like, "Do you want it double walled? Be quiet." And I'm like, "Dude, this is America." Those were my words to a German engineer.
Loud is okay here.
This is America. I do not care.
Well, for distracted drivers, it's actually true that it is safe for life.
Look, we can make a vespa braking kit out of
Is
it.
that a proportioning valve for the braking system?
Oh, it's the eccentric from that through here. How do you? Oh. Yeah.
Kara's watching. Could make a racer for her. What do you think? Get this thing hyped up. Extra power.
Lower it.
Lower it.
Not-
I mean, I went flat feet. I have short legs for a 6 foot tall person.
No, I get if she enjoys this, I would totally get her a 6-speed race bike. There's plenty of them in the US. Like, there's not plenty, but there's enough that you can find them.
A grunt.
They're fun. They're wrong.
Grunt. Yeah, sorry.
No, she got the spade. That's a better chrome. Watch her.
Oh yeah, that's a.
So she will leave off the line like very chill with hers. Oh no, not chill. Hers is loud. But you just hear this screaming, like just to keep up. You gotta work every single gear. Oh, fuck, there's brake fluid left in it.
So does our pizza place, is it delivered?
No, it's a pickup, but it's curbside pickup.
Okay.
You can call, I'll continue, call Paisanos. Do you have the socket adapter? This is where we need the tray to work our,
Bring it up.
no tools on the bench.
Let's bring it up here. That's a great idea. Many hours were spent working on this cart. Okay, we got Paisanos.
McCall cheese pizza. Do you not have the adapter?
I do not. How about the
That's
little
the
extension?
extension.
Right there. That's an adapter, not an extension, though.
I moved to 10 millimeter.
Little pieces like this are pretty important.
What is it?
I think that little brass little ferrule with a little slot in it.
Where was that from?
Well, it was
That's
just
the crawler cable, that's fine.
Was that part of that 1 into 2?
Yeah,
That yoke?
I'm not too
Not worried about that.
I'm not worried about
You're gonna
that.
separate that out.
What about the box wrench, the 10 mil? Oh, it's
Should be there.
yeah, it's on here.
Ordering on live. Okay.
Yeah, just give me a call. It's fine.
What you want?
Just a cheese, large cheese.
How do you feel about other topping? Okay. How about you want to do half? Do you just want cheese on?
I don't care.
Good evening. I'd like to order a large pizza. Jesse, Jesse. I would like pepperoni. Of course, cheese. How do you feel about green pepper?
Me? Oh, I thought you asked her.
Green
I'm
pepper?
fine. I'm fine with green pepper.
Okay. Yeah. How do you feel about jalapenos? No.
Fine.
Fine. So let's put jalapenos on that too. Okay. I think that's good. Yeah, it's on. Yes. Sure. Okay. And for pickup, how soon? Okay. Very good. Awesome. Thank you. Did you need my number?
No.
That's
That's
you
fine.
got me. Okay.
Yeah, they're fine. They're a local restaurant. They're not just a pizza. They have those.
Very good.
The pizzas are really good. I do. I can't do Domino's or Papa John's anymore. Not anymore. I maybe had like 5 Papa John's in my life, and it doesn't work.
I had this discussion with my youngest son. He still feels that in a pinch, that Little Caesars is that a whole. We had
Yeah, because it's $5. It's so cheap that you live with it, right?
Can you live with it afterwards?
Yes. Can you get the 13 on there for the motor? Anyhow.
That is
See it?
way beyond 13. I'm gonna say that is more like a.
Really?
Yeah, that is.
No. It's the motor. Oh, it's down there. Let me see that.
I'm gonna need a socket for that. Actually, I could get it. Okay, you are correct. That is 13.
You got it?
Go for it.
Now.
Oh, that's the frame. That's for the swing arm. That's not. Okay.
Yeah.
So the swing arm's more like 15 or so. We're gonna have to get the hoist out for this.
The engine hoist?
Yeah, we need engine hoist for this 50.
Are you sure?
Positive.
I do have an engine stand that I want to put it in right away though. No, I moved it. Shit, why did I move it to?
Disconnect this. So the wire harness is still attached in through there, and there might be a disconnect here. Oh, we're good. Okay. Good to go.
Okay. So we'll take it.
Yeah, I'll support the weight. Should be good.
That's all I can do. You got the rest?
Got it.
Just drop it down.
You got that bolt all the way up?
Can it go out?
Possibly. Yep. You went right through. Good. Okay.
Don't touch it. Let's get the engine stand. Right here.
Back here.
Yeah.
So for the rear, use the rear. The original rear. That's for the back. And was that the one for the front? Will it make it? Yeah,
I'll do the front. Yeah.
So these are different. Oh, it's adjustable. Okay. Very nice. The stove bolts are loose. What was that?
Yeah,
one?
just want to get the lens. This either one's the front or the back.
Okay, this is
Whichever
the
one's wider.
rear's a little long. Yeah, wider.
Okay.
You ready? Is this disassembled? That's connected.
Yeah, I think we can go for it.
Ah, this vacuum tube is that? Where's that going? Okay. Rotate it up and forward. And this bonding trap is in there.
That's
this is
the
the
other
rear.
one.
This is the rear, correct. So you got, okay.
This is heavier than it looks.
It's heavier,
It's a gearbox.
you might imagine. Is this the front? I think we should be able to get that.
They need to come together.
There you go. Lost that. Just a little more slack on that. There you go. Okay, well done. See there, of course, you're gonna replace all that. Good, good.
Very nice.
How do you feel about the,
Oh yeah, this thing is heavier than I thought.
well, it's more about having to rotate it upwards out of the sling position. Oh, these are important pieces of hardware. I'm gonna keep that. There's only one. It was right. It was on the right side. Two. Beautiful.
Actually, let's mark these.
It would seem that the motor, once bolted in here, is an integral part of the strength. You see how this bicycle fork is, a lot of that downward force, and they require the motor to hold it together.
No, you could probably put an O in here.
Yeah, you
and
see
a
it.
supported motor, which is one thing. This is more of a guard for the motor than it is a support.
Yeah, you see how like the aside from the forks, the downward pressure here would cause this to spread. It's like they work together, like the bolting here.
The RD200 that we talked about only has it down. There's no buttons.
No cage. Is it a removable cage? Or no protection? No. Interesting.
The engine is part of the frame, basically.
Yeah, it seems like this is just it's all intrinsically, the motor frame is what holds the strength of it together.
Mm-hmm. I don't know if to take this off.
Oh, you can crimp that?
Crimp,
Yeah, it looks like a crimp. Or do you have to
Oh
remove
no,
the
there's
cable?
fold. There's an 8 mil. There's an 8 mil fold. What's this? What do you think now? Is that a 9?
One of the someone used a 9mm on the headlight cowl. There was a 10 and a 9.
Huh.
Kind of an inch.
That's a 7. Also very random. What is that? Alan? You should just take these off. They should come off.
Yes. Next down. Probably the smallest you got. That's the one. Very good. And a 3/8 ratchet drive, please. Run over there. I'm gonna need to break that. Do you have any penetration?
No, I got WD-40.
That'll have to do. Can you spray lube in a can? No, but I have WD-40. All right, fine. Hit me.
I think that rotates as well.
That would be a 10 mil. Just to break a seal.
Go for it.
Break the torque on that.
How it rotates.
These may or may not make it. Put this back on there.
only from '98. Come on.
Chain guide.
Yeah.
It's never been removed.
No, I don't think so. But they're nice. Like, even though they're the rub is used down, you'll never replace those.
Just go ahead and put these back in just for matching reasons. If you want to maybe replace the hardware, of course.
Yeah, this is countersunk, right?
Oh no, that is
countersunk.
not. It's countersunk
Yeah.
on the actual frame.
Where's someone laid this down on that side?
Shocking. Someone to lay down a 50? That's never happened.
I ate shit so many times.
I've never laid down a
I
50.
fell over twice, like that. Speedo, how cute. Anything else here? We can put lift underneath here and just start moving.
Which one do you want to use?
The dirt bike sounds fine.
Let you can have the smart end. How about that?
What is it?
The smart end. See. You have the smart end. That means you lift the pump. My way just a little bit. Come my way a little. There you go.
We gotta remove the wheel and then the balance flips backwards. Oh, you gotta see it. It's a slotted Phillips, like a screwdriver.
Really? Is that a circlet behind it? No, that's one. That's the entire head. Well, put a little WD-40 on there. Don't want to cross thread or anything. It's been removed in service, but more rust than I
No.
expect.
These are 100% the original tires. I had the same ones for 10,000 kilometers and they look like this.
Well, this thing had what, 4,000 miles on it. That makes
6,000
sense.
kilometers.
6,000 kilometers.
These will never wear out. They don't stick. They're still Michelin. They're better than Chinese nylon tires. But
If there are any Chinese tire manufacturers listening in, the Scoop shop does not give a shit about your feelings.
I don't.
Might as well go ahead. It's been, you may be right. This has never been,
I don't think so.
front tire's never been taken off.
What is it? 17?
No,
19?
no, not even nowhere near that. Give me a 15.
That's 19.
Yeah, give me a 15. Ah. You know,
17.
we don't use the metric system in Canada, so
Yeah, I get it.
yeah, we don't know where we're going. It's imperial. All the
Oh,
way
it's,
there.
what is 17? Hold on. What's the closest? Because that makes sense, right? If you have
17 would be like.
if
what,
you have
5/8?
11/16,
Yeah, 11/16, whatever that is.
that makes sense. You take that bolt off.
It's the nuts off.
No, there's a squeeze bolt for the axle.
Okay. That was a song by The Who, wasn't it? Squeeze bolt.
Squeeze
Mama's
bolt.
got a squeeze bolt.
Should have put 11, 12, 13. Yeah.
Mama's got a squeeze bolt. She wears on her chest.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Those British.
Sure. It's like the most passive aggressive thing you can say. Sure. No, that's not. There's a nut behind it.
What size? Same.
13.
Got 13 of wrench on the red part. All right. In a few minutes, I've got to do the most important thing, and that's go pick up dinner.
Doesn't make much sense. Like I would tap this out and use an Allen bolt.
Also, you get this banjo bolt for the brake line out. Is the
No, just remove these.
Oh, the Allen's out there. Okay, so bring those back, please. That's a 3/4 inch or a T what?
Just go gentle.
That's it. Mama's got a squeeze bolt she's on her chest when Daddy comes home. She's dirt biking all night.
Dirt biking all night.
I swear that's what they say. You know, you can't, hard to understand those British, their lyrics.
She was modding all night.
She was modding. She's a hot little mod.
What's the dance?
Popping those blue
What's
pills.
the mod stuff you did?
It's the mods versus the rockers. What would so would a mod ride this Gilera 50 or would a rocker? If this bike were in Brixton back in the day.
I don't think it would because
I don't know. Those mods were pretty progressive. They had a lot of cool style. The rockers, the greasers, you know, they were more like a.
Supermoto wasn't a thing for a long time.
That's what I'm saying though. What if this bike were back in time?
Not
A
good.
mod would probably ride this. Well, you know what? It had a chain, so it'd probably get it all over their motor suits.
Uh-oh.
What'd you do?
Well, this needs to come out.
Oh, so do I need to put a little upward pressure?
I'm not
This because
Maybe.
these are pushing down. That's actually really bad.
possibly, but I also think we need to put some lubricant on there. Possibly some heat.
I was wondering if that was a circlet on there. It looked like a circlet or something. Does that look like a O-ring?
It doesn't come all the way out.
Ah, there you go. There you go. I'm concerned that there's downward pressure on the shocks. Should I push the?
Yeah, let's put it up and see if I can punch it out.
See that? Yeah, it's actually not a lot of pressure on it.
So
Where's the nut? Where's the?
it's just rusted in there. Yeah, it's corrosion in there. That's the problem. If you punch it and I push something against it, hold on. Because right now we're bending the fork out.
Indeed.
If I were to push
Tap
against it,
this, tap that, tap this, tap that. Sorry,
try it.
hit this side. Okay, here we go. It's breaking it all here. Yeah,
It does, yeah.
Put a little more WD in there just to get it. We can work it back and forth and then we'll get inside the cylinder. This way.
Yep.
Basically running out of threads at this point.
Got a punch?
Do I want a punch from a 6'8" guy from Luxembourg? That would be negative. Here for the food. All right, so I can punch the bolt from this side. Is that what you want to do? And you get the socket over the.
Yeah, I gotta get a better angle.
If there was just a way to keep these shocks from pushing down, see.
Oh.
Yeah, that's the problem with the downward pressure.
Can you let it go?
Yeah,
Loosen up.
There's not a lot. The shocks aren't very. Yeah. There you go. Get tilted back. Here. You may need to lower.
It's not. I don't think that's the problem. The problem is just it's not.
Okay.
See all this corrosion in there. Try.
Okay. I'm gonna drive this your way all the way. So you stay stop.
Yep. It's not moving. No, it's not moving at all. You see back here? That's about where this piece ends. So one thing I have to do is put a wrench on this, just rotate it to free it up.
Okay. It's a secondary insert. Put that adjustable spanner on there. It's just like this collar. It's separate and distinct. See that spins free? It's just a spacer. I think this axle goes through that collar, but right now they're fused, and that's the problem. This whole thing. So we should be able to split this apart like that. See? This similar color. See that? I don't think they're supposed to stay together like that. These have fused.
So let me see if we can.
That's the problem. This should have been. We should have had this wheel off and been eating pizza right now. You'd be able to break that collar apart from the main axle. I don't believe they're one piece. Oh, I see which one, dude. Tighten it back up.
Mm-hmm. And then what?
I don't know if we crack that somehow, and that's the slot head's the worst. I mean, it really is the worst, isn't it? You think that's factory sealed?
This is one piece.
Okay, if that's the case, fine. Then it's indented. Then this whole thing needs to come out towards you.
Yeah. It just doesn't want because the fork is moving.
There's not a whole lot of force, man. I mean, they're extended. They have nothing that travels that way.
It's just
Keep tapping.
heft up in there, yeah.
All right, let me keep tapping on this. What was that other punch you had? Do you have a punch with more ass on it than this green one?
I did use the pointy one.
Which one?
That one.
This is just you need more energy. Yes. It's more of an AWL. Even a bolt might do better. Is this usable?
Yeah. Of course, I still do not have a hammer in this building.
Yeah, you need a hammer, dude. I don't have one with me. I'm in my Suburban. Okay, you ready?
Go for it.
Where's the fucking hammer? Do you have like a big hammer? 2 or 3 pound?
I got the copper hammer.
I hate to beat that up, but that will do it. At least I'll have some metal on it. This mallet is too soft. It's too forgiving. Right? Need some ass. There you go. There's some ass now. Okay. Yep. All right. Let me keep the
I think that's the end of this. Oh, let me hold this. Go for it.
Okay, I'm gonna get it past this left shock.
It's moving.
You need to go buy some hammers.
Yeah, I know. I just gotta bring them from home.
Okay. Oh, sorry. You okay? I think that was on video. I didn't hear that you were amputated by me. Hold on. Lift the bike up. I'll pull the wheel over. Tire. Support that. Okay. There we go. Yay! Success. Finger all right?
Yeah.
Okay. High. You can work on the upload problem.
Yeah, I'll get the fork out. See how this is gonna be. Really? Thanks. Really? I'll be right back. I'm going to solve this issue of incline. And I guess just snip off. What are my snips? Alright, 4 clicks out. Shove a fork in your butt. This is made by Piano Show. Fun. Alright. Do not clean up. I'll wait till Jesse comes back, and then we'll just drop it down on the floor and remove the top end here. That is crazy. I'll make my own harness. throttle though. So I'm definitely think I keep that. Oh, almost loose. That's really wheel. I hear pizza coming. Pizza break.
Oh, that's a nice pizza. Yeah. Oh, yes.
Yeah, still going. It's not a shop dinner if you don't eat off of it.
Smokes, let's go. Thank you. So all Luxembourgians superhuman height like you? All people from Luxembourg like crazy tall?
Sure.
Really?
Remember what I said about sure?
Not sarcastic.
Passive aggressive.
So I thought Canadians were tall, you know, my people, but. How come Luxembourgians don't dominate in the NBA? Just say sure.
Part of the country.
Just say sure.
Part of the country's so rich they buy the NBA.
They buy the NBA. The frame is in very good condition.
Yeah, the frame and the forks will clean up very well.
Want to leave it silver?
Hmm?
Want to leave it silver?
Not sure yet.
It's a hard call.
If I do go route of paint, it's gonna be powder coated. Like a frame like that, just powder coated.
I mean, if there's any corrosion, it's minimal. Yeah. I mean, even when not in use, it's been indoors. This really hasn't spent much time outside, do you think?
It's a shame I can't save this. Might be able to remake it in a different color. If whatever color scheme I'm doing.
We can remove it. You want me to remove it? Use citrus cleaner and auto body razor blades, like those thin razor blades that come in the paper. That's how I got the Sears, the Best Buy Allstate, Sears Allstate sticker off that leg shield. Citrus cleaner, orange. Deactivates this, you know, it takes the stick out of it. Of course, the weak parts are right here. Once you eat an R to A, that's tricky.
I'm gonna take a picture first. I want to be able to remake.
I want to take a picture of that pizza because that's just as pretty. That's a nice buy. Do Luxembourgians eat spicy food? No.
No.
Pretty much like a German cuisine, right?
No Germans eat neither. Germans don't eat spicy.
At all.
Oh. Oh. Maybe spicy mustard. But that's the extent.
See, in countries where they can't afford saunas and banya, they eat spicy peppers. So it's like being in the sauna. You know, you get all sweaty and your heart starts beating. It's like being in a sauna, right?
Yeah. Really, there wasn't as much corrosion as I wanted. As I thought there's gonna be on this.
I'd hate to. I think you could save that silver. Unless you just want to get rid of that color. It's Really good shape. You have a spring compressor? Compressor?
I do not. No, this will come out.
The crust is good.
These are the parts that are important. Over your page yet again. These here are just exhaust fans. Yes, yes. Is there one back left?
No. Too bad. There's juice still there. Sorry, man. Nobody stole it. So, in your own country, is there a non-native food that everybody loves? You know, like in England, they eat a lot of the curries, you know, the Indian food, like in Ireland too, you know, they love the curry. Do they do something?
Pizza. I think we have a very distinct style of pizza. Because
Pita, really?
Italians who emigrated to Luxembourg,
Mhm.
they all came from one specific region. Because a steel factory was looking for masons. And there was a region in Italy where all the masons came from.
Interesting.
I forgot what it was. Gubbio is one of the towns in Italy where a lot of, like, you can go to Gubbio and talk to someone. He knows someone in Luxembourg. And that's definitely a masonry, stonemason town. Because they needed people to build blast furnace chimneys. So there's a lot of that cuisine there. Like the pizzas are Neapolitan style.
Oh, you said pizza, not pizza.
No, pizza.
Pizza, okay, okay. So that's big there. People like
Yeah,
that
you eat pizza with fork and knife.
properly.
And
So this-
lots of Italian food.
So picking up a slice like this straight with your hands is no.
Too thick.
This is excellent pizza here.
And now sit down. My favorite pizza. Onions, like tomato cheese, onions. No, not onions. That's for tuna. Onion and capers, and then an egg in the middle.
Oh, that sounds amazing. So you're not offended by I can't even think of the word.
Pineapple on pizza.
No, my grandmother, when she was alive, she loved it. She would order the pizza. The salted fish. I can't even think of it.
Anchovy.
Anchovy. You like anchovy?
No, that's pizza Napoli. That's the Neapolitan. That's
Wonderful.
the classic. Next to margherita, which is the tomato mozzarella, basil, and a little bit of olive oil. I would go to any restaurant for the first time and I'd order the margherita. If the margherita sucked, I wouldn't go back. It's like if you can't get that's why I like this pizza place, because they got the basic cheese pizza right.
It's very good.
And
It really is. Even the crust is. The crust isn't different than the pizza. I mean, it's wonderful. You're right. They've done a good job. Those jalapenos are hot, huh?
No, jalapenos.
So you're gonna keep this speedo and RPM cluster.
Not the speedo. The RPM cluster, yes.
Are they detachable from each other?
Yeah.
Looks like they have a.
Yeah. The bracket is broken. I'll just make something.
Just managed to. Very good.
I got that 3D print. I can make all like that's what 3D printing is made for.
Nice.
Like I can even save these lights. I mean, I can use turn signal. I don't even know about neutral. I don't know what a neutral light would be. But
What if you just used a pilot light? Just one, blue with a like a diamond tip. You can buy those at
Yeah.
Ranger and places like that. And when the neutral light's there, you have it,
Yeah. I
the
know.
position sensor. It doesn't have. Does it
That
have a
I
neutral?
don't need the oil one in light. I don't need the far like the
Is it high beam?
high beam. I don't need turn signal. I don't need neutral. So I really just need high beam. That's all I care about. So yeah, I'll probably put that somewhere. That makes me think of an old style scrambler build.
Yeah.
You know, a round light and then this shape plastic in front of it. The round piece of plastic there and there. The problem is this is not a scrambler frame.
Motor.
Yeah. And there is no vintage motor.
Not yet. You replace this flashing relay and everything.
That would indicate the need turn signal.
Can you legally ride that without? I guess it's 50, yeah. You're in the States.
Arms. Arms will do.
Keeping the bars. Alright.
No, just maybe I'll keep the bars. He does steel bars. They bend easily.
I think you should power focus. More I look at it.
I like black. Or red. Red?
Red and black.
The frame? No, I mean the bike could have red accents, but if I do the frame in red, that's not bad, but I don't know, that always looks a little
Black frame, red bars. Swing arm?
red.
No.
Black.
Do you have any razor blades?
No, I'll find that. I'll make this sticker. Don't worry about it. If I'm not keeping it original.
How about thatscoopshop.com?
Yeah, probably.
Very good. Ooh, yes. Jalapeno.
I don't make a shot. I'll have to measure. Maybe I can't get it. Sport bike shop. I'm not going off roads. I don't need soft. I need stiff. And there's enough space here. The only limitation I can see is the air box. The worst case, I don't find it.
If you get like a Fox, do Fox or
Yeah.
what's going on in here? In the front.
I'll have to take the front seats up. Probably progressive springs, stiffer oil. Maybe a little bit bigger. Just a little to change the geometry. Okay.
Once it's
That's
assembled,
zeros on the oil, but
once it's assembled, okay to put the big red? Yeah.
I wouldn't mind keeping this Shoga, but I'm not sure I can find Shoga stickers. This is real. Yeah. Actually, I prefer this to the ultrasonic being half and half, just go with it. But everything else is going to be
It's really pretty good shape.
yeah. I did on mine. I bought a KTM front end and tire 640 KTM front end and modified the axle goes to the steering column with a space that just fades out to fit into my frame. So I have an entire KTM front end. It was fun compared to these like flimsy and a hefty fellow, so it didn't really matter.
Yeah, I'm not 100%. We're not 100% sold on the strength of this, even with the spindle. I mean, obviously you're then the hydro, the what do you call that? The cleaner.
Yeah.
You want to be able to remove that wheel easily.
Oh yeah, I know what you mean. Probably clean it up.
So I'm not crazy about that. If somebody your size or my size on it, running it through these strings.
I'm sitting down for something 50, just thinking that. I had to deal with telescopic board.
Really a decent design though.
Yeah. These are what, 36? Even 42? ATM with 48, just to give you.
Where's your measuring?
Really?
That's as much as you have to fly in. That sucks.
It's a little light.
What is it up here? This is already 30. I want to get 30.
42. Or 5. It is what it is. Go for a smaller ride.
It'll be fine. Let every go needs to be.
Yes, it does.
Yes, it does.
Yes, it does. You need to have $10,000. Want to lower the lift and take out the.
I'd say, remove the pizza, remove the tools, and drop it down.
Okay.
And then we take out the handlebars, controls, and triple.
Okay.
And then we take out the swing arm and the shock.
Here's your tool cart.
Oh shit, this is heavy. I thought mine were moving.
Was that straight down?
This is heavy. Just in case it comes down.
this a PBR build or a better beer?
What do you mean?
What beer drink for this one? PBR build?
I don't know. I think the limiting factor right now is the motor. See how much work I can put in the motor. How much work I want to put in the motor.
How available are any of the rebuild components? Gaskets, would you make your own or would they be available?
La 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 la. La.
Mm-hmm. Great.
I will see. In the US, probably non-existent. But I think I'll be able to get this. Not bad. Try.
Watch your twice. Are you really? Yeah, I'm just gonna cut.
You want to
You want to keep the connector there? Or?
take a zip tie. Not this, but the zip tie.
Which one's that? It's in there pretty good. It's gonna take a little flathead screwdriver to pry it out. Maybe about. Just needs a little encouragement.
Yeah, we have H came off.
It's like somebody rearranged all these tools.
It's like someone pushed me to do it.
No one put that slice of pizza to your head and forced you to pull the trigger, okay? Yes, jalapenos are hot. There we go.
You do your side. Oh, that's kind of fun.
Not stripped down.
It's crazy to me that like the diameter down here is so big, and they use a tiny one on top. Just looking at the forks, it looks like they had the tops, and they just made a screw-in top,
Mm-hmm.
and so they only make the bottom.
That's for aesthetics. They wouldn't want that too large to be out of scale with a bike. That's just a guess.
Did you see who made it?
Wow. Piaggio Espando. EVA 99, number 6,219. That's made.
All my 10K estimate was pretty far off.
So, what price do you think estimate these would have gone for in 1998 in euros, right?
2000. I paid 2,300 for mine in 2003. Euros. In 1999, it wasn't euros yet. I guess it depends where you were. But that was a good price. Like the Aprilia RS was over $3,000.
So for the entire model,
Yeah.
they're going to net over 12 million euros. You know, like gross sales. And I don't understand how the motorcycle business works, but 6,200 of them would yield just slightly over 12 million euros at that price.
I see what you mean. That's not much.
No, that's what I mean. It doesn't seem like a lot of money
That isn't a lot for a company that big.
for all the R&D that goes into it, all of the
You said
effort.
it cost a third to make.
So their gross margin maybe 7-8 million. I mean, I'm way oversimplifying.
It's something, but you still need people to put this together.
Right. Now try to make this bike today. What would the cost of the same model be? 4 or 5,000?
First of all, you couldn't make it in a 2-stroke anymore.
No, that's true.
So you have all these complications.
All 4-stroke.
Yeah, motors are more expensive. There's not any reliable 54 strokes like that. This is gonna be a nightmare.
You have a socket that size?
I don't think so.
Do you have impact rated sockets that size?
27. No. I do have I think 32, so my KTM takes.
$27's what you got, Max?
That's the largest I have. I think we need you to hold it a socket and a hammer.
Yeah.
Not a socket, but that wrench and a hammer.
Any penetrating good do all under there? Did that help at all?
I want to say it's screwed in the inside. Yeah, could be.
Am I getting anything out of there? Yeah, it's working. Okay.
It's more that you need to move.
Power it up.
Might have to wait for a socket again. Just using that.
Otherwise, you could slip a pipe over this, and slow torque it. I don't like that. I don't like it. Sunday night, what time do the parts store close? What time Sunday night?
Oh, don't worry about that. This is the least. Probably we can leave this then and just continue here. Fine with that. Very much okay.
Should I put my slice of pizza on the scooter or the Korean one?
Don't go there.
I just wanted to.
rear suspension is very beefy. Oh.
So I'll compress this. When I roll it.
Start at the bottom. I think the bottom's easier. This is a 50. This is not going to kill you when it comes up.
Put that nut on there.
It's bigger than any of us, right?
Try the washer on that. Is that it? Try again.
Swing on.
15, I believe. Yep. Oh, that's a larger there. It's 15 on this end.
Interesting.
Okay. I'm gonna pull a nut on it, but you probably won't need it.
I think there's a couple issues there. It's like mini Harley though.
Mini Harley. Those are substantial. They are substantial
Oh
motorcycles.
jeez. I drew how much aluminum. Well,
Is that
just lift this up, that is heavy.
Yeah. That's nice though. I think you got the right idea to simplify this bike. Strip it down. Track style. Make it fast. How fast do you want to do?
Street lead.
Not that fast.
35 miles an hour. There's still the kickstand.
That is a keeper. There's some penetratant on that. What do you think?
It's great to need stuff like this. I do like the idea of this is a very sturdy back end. Very sturdy back end.
It is.
These off, simplify it, right?
Kind of like a unibody, you know, these, like the pieces themselves make the bike stronger when they're together.
And it's easy enough to mount any bracket on here to put any plastics on one.
Hey, you're saying you could do what, YZ?
YZ was the easiest back then. YZ85 because it was slim enough to fit, and then we used spacers to match it.
So we're gonna put that in the degreaser tonight?
You can fit the, there's just too much stuff on the entire.
Oh, can I get that tree off? That treble.
So I want to take these apart.
Probably water.
Probably one.
You want That black wire, is that a bonding strap?
Black wire is just the ground. It's a very beefy ground.
It is. Joins the swing arm to the frame.
And we see this. Yeah, because the tank slides on it. I just want to keep the rubber for it. The rubber's in good shape. Although I want to say the Vespa rubber part that would fit this perfectly.
Not surprising, it has Vespa on that.
Modified this one, but yeah, never mind. Was there a nut behind it, or was it?
Yeah, I think it's a frame nut.
This is fucked. No, like this. You see
Right,
this?
it's flattened.
Yeah.
I'm gonna try to grind it off the edge.
I'm gonna take this off and probably grind this off. So you got the attachment back there. Yeah. Close to the speed up.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, there you go.
Where did it Yeah, I'll have to take this off.
Now we got the pressure off, the kickstand levers out. I would grind this edge. Here's flush before, or flush with the metal.
And then see if you can get it
Yeah,
out.
get some penetrating. That looks like it's been almost like cribbed somehow. It's been flattened.
So I'm gonna try.
You think the chain did that?
Yes. Yeah.
So we grind that off. That might resolve it. Do you have a grinding disc?
I do. You want the air grinder or?
Yes. High speed. Zizzy wheels. A thin.
No, I got a cutter, like a death wheel.
Yeah, that'll do it. Yeah, because it's just a.
Third, draw on left.
Oh, third.
Second draw on left. That guy.
Perfect.
Here, this one's longer. Your glasses.
Yes.
Close. Oh. Never mind. Here you go. The idea was there.
No regulation on that. Do you have a way to dial the pressure up on that? It's slowing down very easy. Almost there.
I really don't use this too much.
It just doesn't have a lot of power. I can stop it. You shouldn't be stopping. Let's check the pressure of that out. Is a fine company.
Please don't sue me. It should be hot now, right?
What size is that?
13. I got the electric impact that has a lot more power.
Okay.
I just need a large 13. Here we go. Yeah, down here. Down here. Grab me the. Might have to move that guy.
What guy?
If we put shelving in here.
Oh,
maybe,
yeah.
maybe put that 4 outlet just a little bit down. What are you looking for?
Breaker bar. A piece of pipe to flip over this.
I think my battery's pretty dead on my DeWalt.
Stop giving out the juice.
Yeah, because this was too easy for it.
You want to take the passenger bags off or the bags?
I need 13. Might as well just keep this here.
Here, hold on, let me grab this side one. Hey, hit it. Easy peasy. You got these machines before? How you feel now?
So we used to do burnouts. You stand, you put your feet with your motorcycle boots or something, or like stiffer shoes in front of them to keep them back. And then you do burnouts on the, you know, the crossings, the white stuff. See, it just wet, or it was wet.
That's right. Right.
Now if only this one come off. Right now, there's nothing else on there.
You probably have a 24-hour hours on your mention. Wow, good. AC Boulevard.
I think we just dump this into the powder coated.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Do you need these little bushings?
Let's keep. Maybe we can take this off. This metal plate. Let me have that out. The bike I built with the KTM before, it would turn to about there.
That's it.
So moving it sucked, but on the racetrack it doesn't matter because you
fine.
never used that angle. It was a great kind of bike. Nice pictures of it inside. 2 strippers sat on it at a bike show. Really?
Impact. That's not really an angle I can get it at.
This one go.
Yeah, that's it. You'll put extension on it?
What's
You
off
get
here?
past this?
Oh, this is tilted.
Yeah, it's fine. You'll put extension
No,
on it?
no, hold on. Did it move?
It's hard for me to tell. Sticker in the tub.
I'm worried about the sticker.
Wanna keep it?
90 decibels at 4,000 RPM. 4,000. That's idle.
Take a picture of that.
Let's clean up first. That is surprisingly heavy.
Is it?
Yeah. I want to say it's close to Vespa frame.
Is designed to carry the guts of the Spanish riders that go out on that Gilera. Oh, really? It's true.
I mean, it has to at some point. So there are a couple parts I want to keep in this. There's 2 rubber bushings on top. We can dump. Oh, yeah. So we can dump it all right there. Not
Put it in.
not- yeah. These. I mean, you could almost use skate wheels for this. Now this thing's rad, but I'm doubting. It shows 12,000 RPM.
Maybe it does run high.
That might not be enough. No, when I'm done, that's not going to be enough.
You're saying you're gonna peg that.
Yeah. You seen that intake? Oh yeah.
Same with
So next weekend we'll take the motor apart.
Yes. You're saying this 50 Gilera, this motor is going to be fit for Guy Martin to ride. He's going to be knocking at the door.
It'll just be fun. I think it's not so much money, I think it's more time that you want to.
Those stickers, you want to try to take them off? Or do you want to just work around and leave it still? go black frame, leave that silver. Clean this up as good, as you can. Right, clean up really nice.
Can you try and take that off? I'll be back. The rubber. What is it? Just one thick layer of industrial rubber.
Sorry, one piece, yeah. Chain guide, right? Chain protector.
Yeah, it's eating through.
So we're disposable part. Oh. It would be cool to save that.
How? I mean,
Pull the blade out.
Pull the blade out.
No, slide the blade out.
I got new blades.
Yeah, give me a new one. I would never use that.
Heat?
Maybe, but just when you use the blade small, you can't put your whole hand into it. Kind of forces you to use your finger strength instead of your whole wrist. It's pretty thin. It's pretty thin. Yeah, if you try to tear it, that's when you have the problem. Do you have any citrus cleaner in a spray bottle?
I can make.
Yeah.
Just pure.
Yeah, maybe a little water. That stuff, floor cleaner's pretty strong. This is a lot of sticker.
Twice.
frame in that one.
Yeah. It's a great degreaser in there, it's not a paint stripper. It has a bottom pump that keeps the liquid twirling around the product. Do you want a piece of paper to put it on?
Eventually, yes.
I can get the fork tubes treated so they look golden. I forgot what the treatment is.
And that's,
No, the inside.
oh,
It's a titanium silicate treatment. Supposed to be racy. Womp womp. It'll get your parts on.
I'm sorry.
Like I said, I'll make it.
It was brittle there. I mean, I had gotten so far.
Yeah, it's all good. Just take it off. I'll remake it. It's cute in the carbon fiber, but that's good to show stuff.
Kind of makes more sense. If you're a restoration shop, you make perfect stickers. Your high performance adaptation shop.
But what
It is fake. It has soft spots in it.
those two I can probably dump it like that into the parts bottle.
That's what Gilera means in Spanish.
Parts bottle.
To be true.
Oh, you're not it.
Should have gone a little slower on that. That could have been preserved.
It's all good.
Yeah, that's true though. You're doing good until the boss is watching you, and that's when you're screwed up.
Are these rubber bushings here? Yeah.
Watch it hold it off in what shape.
Yeah. Done.
Well, that's what it is. start a band and call it Lee Lux and the Dirty Swing Arms.
Dirty swingers. What, a jazz band?
Whatever you want, man. You ride scooters, so it's probably ska, right? No? Okay.
Oh, God.
Throw that in there.
You just throw it in there.
New, you know, if you turn
Oh,
on
okay.
while you can open it while it's on. Thanks for giving me the piece of paper so I can throw away the rest of the label in the trash neatly. How long do you run a cycle for? No, we got the hard part done. The easy is just putting it back together and making it look amazing and run right. It's the easy part. God, that's so cool. So,
Honestly, that is not the hardest part. What is? The hardest part is having the right vision and putting it together.
yes, I agree. I agree.
Vision. We can't go full stock. It's just not possible. There's nothing left. Except the motor. And yep. All of this. Habits, rituals.
What are you doing there? Look at that.
So,
Okay, we want that hammer down. Gross. Oil and grease off of that. Yeah.
for these tires, I gotta find someone who goes to the track. It was like, oh, my track tires are done. We'll put them on there.
Put these on. These are vintage European, track tested. Minimal dry rot.
They're so hard and you can warm them up.
Yes, like the old RV tires. Exactly.
Blowtorch to them.
Right, they're European. Would you just put them in the sauna for 30 minutes?
Brake cleaner, you don't want to roll them over.
Where do you want to put these?
I don't know yet. Probably gonna take them off tomorrow. So I can throw the wheel in the cleaner.
No, you didn't hear my joke? So if
Throw them in the
European
sauna.
wheels, don't you just put them in the sauna for half an hour?
I mean, there's some truth to that because it would warm up the rubber. make it more malleable?
I would be lying if I said that I didn't dry motorcycle parts freshly painted in the sauna. Works well for that.
Now I'm kind of partial to the Speedo.
It's broken. The cluster's broken, isn't it?
No?
You want to reuse it?
I don't know if I can get the cable. That's the big question. But I don't think they just made their own cable.
No. It doesn't really matter though, does it? I mean, the amounts of turns ratio.
Yeah, as long as it's a square
Right.
cable.
Turns ratio is the same.
I think any moped shop could hook me up there. Use a Vespa horn.
What? Was it in this bike? Was it a little Ducati horn made by
See
Ducati?
this. Yeah, I guess that end piece on there though. What about the other end? Because the cable itself is round, it's just the end square. But if there's enough clearance inside the housing, you can run like a Vespa cable. That should be fine. Oh no, we'll keep this.
What happened to the rest of the bike? Now there's just an engine there.
Clutch here, remove all the primary stuff, probably have to pry them off. Ignition, do I have the right puller? Be a lot of, do I have the tools question. Right, normal bike.
That's a good question to ask about tools after you've completely disassembled it. What about the tools? Well done.